Hello everyone, this is Dimah with Bearable Traders. I would like to do a trading recap for you today, my second trading recap. So first of all, I wanted to thank everyone who watched my video, my last video, and all the kind comments you left me. It was exciting to read them and reply to them and to watch how many views I was getting every hour. So thank you all so much for that. Second, I wanted to do this recap because it was exciting for me as I shorted a stock today. And if you watch my last video, you know I'm uncomfortable shorting a stock. And not only did I short a stock and it was successful, I also added to my position, which this only worked once before. So I'm really happy with today. I only traded MU and I only had one trade, so it was one and done. And when Andrew says today was really tough, and Brian says that it's tough trading today, then it feels really good that I was able to have a great trade and I was done within half an hour of the open. So getting to the trade, again, I did the same, the open range breakout. So in this case, it was open range breakdown. And just to explain that the open range is the first 5 minutes at the open. And the break of the body is where I execute in the 5-minute chart. But also, as I mentioned before, because February, it's March now, but February was a tough month for me. I decided that every trade I'm going to take till things settle down will be an A plus setup. So an A plus setup for a 5-minute ORB is the ABCD in the 1-minute chart. So I took this as the ABCD and then the pullback to the 9 moving average with the inverted hammer, shooting star. And then I took it at the break of the doji or shooting star that happened to match exactly the break of the first 5 minutes to the downside. The other thing I wanted to explain is I didn't show that last time is my stops. So this is my original stop. Then once I partialed at 1R, I should explain this as well. So because a while ago I decided that I'm not going to look at my P&L anymore as it makes me make emotional decisions, I incorporated this Fibonacci line, but instead of, I actually reprogrammed the numbers. So as you notice here, I have 100, 200%, 300%, and 400%. So the 100% is my execution, so that's the base. And then the 200% is 1R, 300% is 2R, and so on. So this is my original stop, my execution at 100%. And then as I reached the 1R, I took a partial at 25% and moved my stop to break even, which it doesn't show here. Then my second partial is at 2R at 50%. But here something happened in this area here where it just consolidated and it kept bouncing off this level. I don't have any daily level on this, but it was pretty precise. So when this candle, when the price went to the exact same level, I think it was low of the day, I decided to take my partial as if it's the 2R partial. So it was a 50%. Then I decided as it came up to the 9 moving average with a very low volume, as Thor would teach us, he would be so proud right now, I decided to add, because at this point I made enough money, I was happy with it. It was more money than I made this week. So I decided that the worst case scenario, if I go to break even, I was still happy for today. So then I decided to add, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a little red triangle there, and that was the addition. And then I shouldn't have partialed, but I did partial here at 2R as another 25%. And then another partial right here when we made a 1-minute high. So I took another partial. And as this happened here, sort of like a pivot, I decided to move my stop just above the pivot. It's because I thought if it goes past here and it goes above the 9 moving average or even the 20, then I didn't want to be there anyway. So then I got stopped out. That's it. So it's a short that actually worked, plus the adding. Also, the 15 minutes here, I normally have a 60 minutes, but the 60 minutes was really bullish because MU was actually gapping up. But I decided to change it to the 15 minutes to support my theory. So you can tell here also that even though this wasn't planned, that I actually went short at the break of the high of day at that point of the candle here. And then, of course, as usual and as per rules, I had a open range breakdown on the SPY. This is the 5-minute SPY channel. So yeah, that's that. And so the lesson that I learned today is actually again from Thor yesterday. Thor is a moderator with Bearable Traders, if you're not a member, and every Thursday he does a mentorship session. And yesterday he was talking about adapting to the market, and he was actually specifically talking about the open range breakouts are not working and that there is no follow through, and he was deciding that he's not going to trade for the first 15 minutes. And it sort of hit me because I've been going long this whole time and getting frustrated this whole month, meaning February, including this week, because I was going long as the market was going down and crashing sometimes. And it's not, I am uncomfortable shorting, but I have criteria and I just have to not rush when I take it short. And as long as I follow my rules, as well as I added an emotional strategy, which is find a reason not to take the trade. And if you can't find a reason not to take the trade, then take it. And this is what I did. There was no reason other than the 60-minute chart, which I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but there was absolutely no reason not to take this trade. So I took it and it worked and had a great Friday. So I hope this recap helps you with your trading. Please leave me comments. They're a lot of fun to read and reply to. And if you have any questions, thank you so much and have a great weekend.